Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have The Lady and the Tramp from 2019. This is the remake of the original animated film from 1955, I think. This is an hour and 51 minutes long. It's, of course, the story of two dogs that fall in love and eat spaghetti. Well, it's more than that, obviously, but it's. I don't recall. It's been a long time since I've seen the original. And it's not shown up on our random selection yet, so I haven't watched it on Disney Plus yet, but that will be coming eventually. So I can't recall enough to compare the stories. Uh, it's just the way this works. Uh, it's not something I watched over and over and over again as a kid, but I know I've seen it at least once when I was little. This basically just it's a live action remake, so yeah, while there's a form of animation in this, obviously, in the digital reconstruction of the dogs as they talk and move and jump and do all sorts of stunts that they wouldn't necessarily be able to get real dogs to do, and it would be dangerous to do so. It's abusive to do so. This live action remake, I guess, adds a number of different elements that we wouldn't necessarily get in the animated version. One of which is the thing I really hate is talking, mouth moving talking dogs. It's just something it's really obnoxious to me. If you've seen previous episodes where there's that's happened in certain movies and TV shows, it's usually done very badly, and it's just obnoxious. Because also, they seem like they need to have the most outrageous and obnoxious voices coming out of these fairly docile looking animals are just sort of standing there still enough that eventually the animators can go make the mouths move, hey, and it's just loud and it's obnoxious and it's annoying. I guess I'm an old man now because that's something that I care about. But no, I mean, it's usually just either badly done and obnoxious. In this case, it's very different. I could handle it. It's not bad this time around because I think they do a lot more full dog face animation when they're conversating. They very subtly can make the dogs show expressions of smiling or sadness. It's not overt, it's not exaggerated, it's very subtle. And yeah, I mean, sure, the music can help it with that, and the situation where, like, oh, she's sad because she's being ignored because of the baby or something, that, or the her parents, lady's parents, the humans, have left the house and she doesn't know if they're ever coming back. And so yeah, it's you can tell that she's sad. But a lot of things they do in this, they use the real dogs when necessary, and the digital enhancements are not garish. They're not awful. So yeah, I could actually handle watching this without just. Ugh. It wasn't obnoxious, is what I'm saying. What makes this also great is the fact that it has an amazing, pretty big cast, voice cast, mostly due to the animals all talking. Our lady is Tessa Thompson, if you don't know who that is. She is Valkyrie in Thor Ragnarok. She's in Westworld. She's in a bunch of other stuff that you've seen in the last few years. She's become a very hot actress, in-demand actress, let's say that. She's very hot too, but in-demand actress in films and television and things like that. So, and she faces off with, falls in love with, Tramp, played by Justin Theroux. He's been in so many different things over the years, and my brain is not saying it. But if you look up his name, you'll go, oh yeah, that guy. He's maybe he's not as recognizable to a lot of people by name, but you know the man's face, and he plays a very good rough and tumble tramp, street dog, and their interactions, actor-wise, their conversations flow nicely, and it seems very natural. So I think they did a really good job with that. We got Sam Neill as the bloodhound next door. His name is Trusty. Ashley Jensen is Jock. She's a Scottish, well, little Scotland, Scotty, a Scotty. And then there's Janelle Monáe playing Peg alongside Benedict Wong's, which is a bull. Yeah. So the two of them together, of course, if you can't have Janelle Monáe in a film necessarily without having her sing, she gets to do the iconic "He's a Tramp" song, because she's just like the original. So yeah, she gets the iconic "He's a Tramp" song, and also I think she does a song during the end credits as well. That is, I think it might have been written just for the film. I'm not sure. Clancy Brown also shows up in this as a mean dog, Isaac. There's just a ton of other voices throughout this, but it doesn't adhere tightly. I don't recall. Again, I don't recall. I've watched this film, the original, the 1955 version. I think it's 55. When I was young, and it's not something I watched over and over and over again. But I think there's a little bit more license here. I'm pretty sure this didn't end the same way as the original. I could be completely wrong. It hasn't come up on the random selection yet, so I haven't had a chance to see it because I'm holding off for when it's time. Let the randomizer pick it for me. Now there's so many other stuff to watch. So yeah, it's a big adventure. Yvette Nicole Brown and Ken Jeong from Community also make an appearance in here. Yvette Nicole plays Aunt Sandy or Aunt something. She plays Aunt Sarah. Aunt Sarah. She comes hoping to meet the baby that Darling and Deer have, and she ends up having to babysit Lady, and things go awry. The cats that she brings with her wreak all sorts of havoc, and it's all blamed on Lady. So that sets her out in the world as she tries to escape getting either given away or having to wear a manacle type of thing to control her. Yeah, so yeah, she ends up she's of course then thrown into the Tramp's world, and things blossom between them. She gets to experience a whole new world outside of her backyard and the house that she grew up in since a puppy. And of course, it leads to this iconic scene right here. So you can't have that movie, you can't have a remake of this movie without this scene, even if the dogs are live action. And it would seem not as realistically possible to have dogs do this. But get F. Murray Abraham in there to sing the song, and it works out. So yeah, it's after a while you kind of forget that these are digital dogs, and it's okay. And when they start doing the spaghetti nibble to kiss, then you're like, oh, okay, that works. It's cute. Even her sway of the head away afterwards to sort of deny it is recreated in this moment. So yeah, you want to see how that works out. Again, it's been played in the trailers and everything else, but in the past, little clips and stuff. But yeah, you get to see a lot of different dogs. You get to see a little bit of an adventure. There's a dog catcher hunting down Tramp at all times, and of course, it's not necessarily him that gets captured. And it's talk about loyalty and family and everything else. So it's a good, fun-natured, good-natured fun film. It's never going to be considered a classic by any means, like any of the live-action remakes of classic animated Disney films. Sure, they can capture the hearts of tons of fans of any age, but it's never going to compare to the original that we grew up with for many generations grown up with over the last 80 years of Disney, 60 years, something like that. It's 80 years. That's about 80 freaking years. Anyway, so yeah, it's a neat little thing. It's worth checking out. It's not the kind of thing I think you're going to watch over and over again, but it's not bad for what it is. So yeah, I'd say give it a shot if you haven't seen it yet, and if you love the original, do your best not to, judge it based on your love for the original. Especially if you're very obsessive about it. Of course, if you're obsessive about the original film, you probably would have already seen this or denied yourself that ability to see it. Like, no, there can never be another Lady and the Tramp. That's just the way people seem to be. You know what? Calm down. It's a movie. Just enjoy it and have a good time. I know some people might go, well, what do you say that about? What if somebody said that about Star Wars? Well, I would also say it's a movie. As much as I love Star Wars, it's time to calm down. Just because something gets changed slightly that you weren't expecting doesn't mean that it's bad and that everything's been destroyed and your childhood's been destroyed. It's not the way it works. It's okay. So, Lady and the Tramp. Somehow we got onto Star Wars. That's gonna happen a lot, I think. Lady and the Tramp on Disney Plus. Only on Disney Plus. It's the only place you can get it. Unless did they release a Blu-ray by now? I have no idea. Who am I talking to? You. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. Yeah, let me show you my home screen. Here we go.
320.
Okay, you're loud now today. 320. Okay. 320. Okay, I have seen this before. And speaking of somewhat of a remake, it's not a remake at all, but it's more of an update to a classic character, a villain, in fact. This is 2014's Maleficent, starring Angelina Jolie. So that's what we're watching next. The Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, Maleficent. See you back here tomorrow with that. Bye. Okay, Disney. You are taking off an awful lot of weird things. Some really strange choices here. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how many. This happened just the other day, or is it yesterday? I don't know. I've lost track. But I've had to come back and go, oh, that's no longer in Disney Plus for some reason. And it's your movie. It's not like it's 20th Century Fox or it's a really outdated movie that suddenly we suddenly realize has racism in it. It's Maleficent, and you have the sequel, and of course you have the original Sleeping Beauty. Why would the original Maleficent be gone? Well, why do you think you need to relaunch it? Are you going to relaunch it right around when Eternals comes into theaters so you can hype a different Angelina Jolie movie? What's going on here? There's no reason to do this, Disney Plus. This is frustrating. All right, let's pick another one. Better not be. No, I already took Big off the list because I got rid of Big also.
329.
Okay, wow. Don't have to scroll far for that. Okay. Well, you know what? This is our first short of the quarter, but it's actually not one short. It's many shorts. It's a series of shorts. This is Marvel Avengers Secret Wars. So maybe a little bit of alternate reality stuff here, or a coming together of different realities. That's my experience with Secret Wars, at least in the comics. But that's what we're going to watch. Marvel Avengers Secret Wars shorts. Hopefully I haven't taken that off the list on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.